Nashville number system. It's a 1, 6, 2, 5. What's kind of a great exercise is this takes, if you're looking at the circle of fifths as a pie, it takes a little slice of that pie and you get to kind of work your way around it. So back to this exercise. You can take Salty Dog Blues and put it in every key. So this is where we left off last time. We made it all the way from the key of G to the key of A flat. And you can see how we're doing the 1, 6, 2, 5 as a little piece of the pie. So now, let's keep going. Right, so that same pattern works in A flat. So again, we're doing this as an exercise, but you might start hearing places where you can do a ghost note or little fills too. So there, so I've got the 1, the 5, I'm walking up to the 6. So A flat, E flat, E, F, C, B flat, F. So B flat, ghost, F, D, E flat, E, E flat, F, G, A flat. So some ideas, right? Okay, so let's A flat. Now you can go to D flat, which is just moving by a fourth. And so there you could do it here. Again, and you're right there, and you're like, oh man, I can't get to the 5 fast enough. You can always repeat your root, right? So if I've got my 1, 5 to the 6, but to get the 5th of the 6, I'd need to shift. And let's say you didn't want to do that for whatever reason. You just hang on that. Back to your 4 and the 5. That little walk, you gotta shift for the half step right before the root, right? But just to show that you don't have to move, just as we're getting to know these notes and chords, right? So now, that was a D flat. Let's go to a G flat. So maybe by now, we're starting to recognize a pattern. So now, we're to a B. Or if that's getting kind of high, right, for that high C sharp, you can drop down here, right? It's a beautiful thing about playing bass. You've got consistent intervals, right, which is kind of nice. So B, so that B, you can go down to your low B, you could do it there, or your E. And now we're to A. Now we're to our D, so you could do it either closed or open, which throws your pattern off a little bit, but it's nice. And I think this is one of the main differences, well, a difference between playing the upright and playing like a bass guitar is we tend to favor open strings. For one, it's easier on your fingers. You get a bigger tone, so you get to decide whether you want that consistency of a fretted tone, right? And each instrument will be different, which will help you gauge your decision there. So, if we're using open strings in D, then in B, then in E. But here, hopefully I'm recognizing a little bit of that pattern, not only aurally, but physically, and getting that pattern into my fingers and my ears so that when I hear that come up in a song, in any key, that at least I've got an idea of where to go, right? So then, after D, that brings us back to G, and you have played Salty Dog Blues, at least the chord progression in every key. So I hope that's a fun exercise for you, and that it makes sense. You can try that with any tune, right? To see, can I find this in any key? And that helps you get to know your fingerboard and these relationships between these chords a little bit better. So I hope you have fun with that. Thanks as always for tuning in. I'm Ann Luna. I'll see you next time.